Welcome one and all to the Source Code podcast for the 11th of June 2017. I'm Ted, joined by...
Me!
Yes, him. That would be Hell's Knight.
And Hillary.
And today we are going to talk about the games we've played as usual over the week and perhaps touch on the E3 conference that has just started as of last night.
It was only EA so far, right?
Yeah. We'll bash it as usual. We do it well on this show. But before we get into that, let me start off with Hillary. What did you start by playing?
I've been playing
for 2 weeks.
I've been playing a system called Noire. I decided to go back because I never finished it when I started. I started it out like way back when, and my old PC couldn't hack it.
Yeah, that thing had some high requirements back in the day.
Yeah.
So
now the saddest part is I've maxed out everything. And but then my comp is able to manage it pretty easily. So it's fine. Like it's a very interesting.
What is that?
It's imagine a film noir. It's a film noir like.
Is it a film noir or a film noire?
Noire. It's a film noire. If you're a Kenyan, yes, that's what you say. Yeah, you're a cop. You're just playing as a cop essentially. In like the 1920s. There's an interesting feature where you can shut off the color and you play the game in black and white.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. But the main thing that they did was imagine GTA in the 20s.
Yeah.
Where you can like take cars, shoot, chase down suspects. But the main thing of the game is when you get to like a crime scene, you have to do your detective work. So you look for clues, you pick up something, you have to like move it around in the game.
Yes. You pick up a knife. Yes, this was the stab victim. This was used to stab the victim. You move it around.
No.
You have the answer. Yes.
You have to do a lot of deep investigation.
Investigation.
Okay.
So like there's a crime scene where there's a guy who walked out of the bar and got hit by a car, and the car drove off as a hit and run.
Yeah.
But then when you get there, and you'll see a shortcut scene of most of these. You'll see a shortcut scene of most of these murders or whatever the crime is. So when you actually do get to the crime scene and you see what's there, you'll come there and you'll see like those blood stains on the road and screech marks, as in like tire marks on the tarmac. So the story goes differently. Each investigation goes differently depending on how many
clues you
get
and links together.
So you could find out, you could play that whole scene and not find all the clues. And then you might whatever that's called. You might accuse the wrong person. And even now,
What happens when you accuse the wrong person?
Even tied to that, you have to interrogate people. So you ask them questions. So depending on what you found, your questions, you have either more or fewer questions that you can use to interrogate people. And if you go with the wrong interrogation options, it can close off certain things.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you could end up like let's say you bust somebody for, let's say like now that when you bust it, you think it's a hit and run. Because on the surface that's what it looks like. So if you don't bother to do any investigation beyond that, you'll bust the guy for hit and run and nothing else happens. But then now you'll go on later on in the story, you'll find out that the coroner was looking at the body and they found that the cause of death was not the hit and run, was stab wounds. The guy was dead before the time he was hit. But then now, because you didn't do the investigation, you didn't find the murder weapon that was left on scene, and you didn't bother to look. Or when you're interrogating like his wife, you didn't pick up on certain visual cues. Like that's actually a big part of the game. Like when you're interrogating somebody and you look at their face, you have three options. You can either believe them, say whatever they're saying is true. The third option is either when they're lying, and then the middle option is doubt whatever they're saying. So if you doubt, you have to give proof.
And very, very hard-hitting proof, actually. A lot of the time.
Yeah. So based on the investigation and stuff and the clues that you found. Yeah. So you have to kind of read people's faces.
You actually have to look for tells, and some of these actors are so good. Like later in the game, those facial tells are ridiculously hard to find.
And even the graphics to just get the facial like features and the stuff down is fantastic because it looks like a movie.
It was one of those innovative things in video games with LA Noire.
They used a technology called motion scan.
Yeah.
Like basically, if I remember it correctly, to watch these things back in like 2011, they have the actor sitting down in a studio with like literally hundreds of cameras, and then they took every single visual cues down to muscle movement.
So
and analyzed all that shit on their systems. It was ridiculous.
What I'm hearing is this game has better facial animations than Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, by a factor of infinity.
But then also, another interesting thing that I noticed was, like later on in the story, the actual actors, like Greg Grunberg is there.
Yes.
As an actor, as a character in the game, looking like himself.
John Noble.
Yeah.
As in, I'm looking at a game with John Noble with his... I
have no idea who you're talking about.
Fringes, come on.
And
Walter.
Greg Grunberg was the guy
Heroes,
the
detective.
And he's in Star Wars.
Maybe
some weekends.
Who is he in Star Wars?
He was one of the bearded pilots. He's a big guy. Okay, once you see him, you recognize him.
These are faces that are recognizable, but to find them in a game, and with the acting prowess actually showed off properly in a game format was nothing short of amazing. It was very good stuff.
Yeah, but even like if you imagine a game as like a GTA as a cop, it's interesting because like now when you're in between missions, like when you're going to like a crime scene, your radio is on, so you could get like a dispatch call. Somebody there's XYZ sort of issue. Please go and figure it out. And then you go there. You can decide to take the call or not, so you continue and do your mission. So if you take the call, it basically takes you on a random tangent. So you'll go do this mission. Like one of them was there's this guy who's on a clock tower who wants to commit suicide. So you have to talk him down, but then now somebody else comes to talk him down, and you just have to get to him to make sure he doesn't jump off. Another different one was there was a mad guy at a petrol station and he knocked a guy out with a baseball bat. Then when
I remember that one.
Yeah, then when he sees you coming, he starts running. A big part of this is like chases on foot. And how you can stop them. Sometimes when you have your gun, you fire in the air. Depending on who it is, you can scare them enough to stop.
And these are realistic chases, yeah? This isn't quick running like Batman running down the street. It's
you kind of have to.
As in your character, he's making effort. He's not that fast.
No parkour.
Oh, no. There's no issue in this business. Assassin, yeah.
But then now, because of who I am, I rack up a body count like nobody knows. Because like the second I see the gun in my hand as an option, that's the option I'm referring. That's the option I'm going for. Because I'm like, why the hell am I have?
And you're not incapacitating the character. You're shooting him down.
But I try to shoot them in the kneecaps to drop them. It always counts as a kill. They don't have. That's the thing now. I wish they could remake LA Noire now. And this is part of the reason why I want to play Mafia now.
Yes. Yeah.
If they could give you like some sort of localized damage where you take a guy down rather than like I'd shoot all these guys in the foot if it counted. But now that I know that it doesn't count, I might as well just go for the headshot. Yeah. But it's really fun. And
get berated for your actions by your boss at the precinct. Naturally. Yeah, actually,
acceptable. Those are acceptable.
Those are acceptable losses.
Yeah, those are acceptable losses. You want crime to reduce. This is one way of reducing crime.
Well, it's your method of play.
Wow.
Well, okay.
Vote for Hillary.
But you all know that I'm kind of. That's how I play.
Yes, actually, that is true. While I'm the guy who actually chases him down. I remember really chasing down a lot but it took work. In that particular game, I kept saying, why is my assassin when I need him, man? Holding down this shift is a bit difficult.
If I could, oh God. I wish they gave you access to the gun like consistently. I'd just be shooting guys left, right, and center.
It's a value.
But it's a fun game.
It's a good game.
I actually like the investigative parts and the interrogation parts more than I even like the game itself. If they just had that, if it was on rails and it was like a visual novel sort of thing where
You
you
need
move
to.
on.
There's a game that came out recently called The Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker. It's an FMV game where you interrogate. Well, you don't interrogate. Basically, there's a psychologist who is killed or murdered. You're not sure.
Yeah.
And you're basically taking over, like treating his patients. And his patients are very special. Like they come in like maybe with something small like depression, and over the course of seeing the doctor, it's like they think they can control time.
Okay.
Like something insane like that. And you need to, so there's like a mystery around the guy's murder or death. So you also, like, one of the patients might know something. So you need to keep asking questions. And yeah, it's one of those keyword things.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll go give it a shot.
Yeah, this is like number 1 on my wish list. I really want to play this.
I'll go give it a shot. Neat segue.
What?
Neat segue.
I don't have this. I really do want it though.
No, I'm saying from the interrogation parts of L.A. Noire
Yeah.
to Dr. Decker.
Yeah, no, because you're kind of interrogating them to find out what happened as well, because it's really weird. Like they're all like somehow creepy.
Okay.
All the patients. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've been playing Tekken. Yeah. Should we just start talking about that?
Yeah.
So we've been playing a shitload of Tekken.
Tekken 7, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game.
Why is it beautiful?
I think for me,
PC.
yes,
that's a big
let's,
point.
let's start there. The PC platform for this game, optimization is just sublime.
Yeah,
no question.
It
no
works
question.
really well.
It's one of those games where, look, if you just meet the requirements, I mean, even barely, if you just write especially on your GPU, you're going to be fine. If you can scale down the settings, you're going to be okay.
Yeah, I've seen what it looks like. If with everything low, with everything on the lowest setting, it looks like Tekken 5.
Exactly.
Which
is actually very acceptable.
I can't go back to it.
No, dude. Think about it like this, yeah. If that is the starting point, if that is the absolute baseline, that's an achievement.
Yes. Yep.
Because when you're going to the highest settings, you're just overblowing things, overblown particle effects, overblown lighting.
I will say that there are not that many options for graphics. It's just like anti-aliasing.
Bloom, and HDR.
I didn't see any of that. I just got texture quality, shadow quality, something else.
Particles, I think.
I didn't even get particles.
So those
Are you sure?
anisotropic filtering.
I didn't like it wasn't showing a lot of options for me. Maybe
advanced settings, perhaps.
It's Tekken. There's no thing for that. For me, at least. Maybe I'm missing it. Have you seen it?
Outside the game.
Have you seen it?
I think you're supposed to hit a small little button to hit advanced and then tweak anisotropic filtering and shit.
Okay, maybe,
if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe I've missed that.
I just jumped in because when I looked at the optimization, I jumped out of a quick match, went and altered everything as best as I could, turned down anti-aliasing and went back to the game.
Look, I was running everything on medium by default, which was just the default. And it ran really well. And I just pushed up textures to also.
You can if your able, if your GPU can handle it. I can't even be serious. Okay, let me try and focus. If your GPU can handle it, like if you have a pretty powerful card, ultra on most settings, even with effects, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
At least for me, which was shocking because I thought I would pay for, the enhanced particles and funny effects or the motion blur shit and that stuff.
Load times aren't so bad. Like I have a very basic 4 gig old proc thing. And yeah, they're better than the PS3 version with Tekken 6. So
Oh, and the load time.
Yeah, they're better. They're faster than that.
I'd had a few things.
That
Well,
thing
obviously
is-
on the PC platform, the load times are the best, even on normal hard disks.
Yeah. If you
But
have an SSD, it's probably insane.
PS4 suffers a bit, and Xbox supposedly being the worst, something to that effect. But these are just an extra 1 or 2 seconds. You might not really notice per se, unless you have the platform side by side.
Okay, so why else is Tekken beautiful?
I like the online.
You like the okay?
No, as in, I
Like
remember
you can actually make matches. That's
you
what
can actually make matches and you can actually play. Because last time I checked on the previous installments on the consoles,
Yeah.
it was nothing short of disaster. And for them to be able to pull anything sensible on the PC platform, considering it's their first time, they should be given some props. Although I do concede that international online matches, like outside
have
your
not
region,
been able to find a single match.
there's a problem with matchmaking in particular. I don't know about the ranking system because I've not really dug into it. I'm still tagged as beginner. I'm not really trying.
Even it doesn't matter. Like it's the same. I couldn't find a ranked match. I couldn't find
You couldn't
a quick
matchmake
play. I
anything.
couldn't find a tournament. I couldn't find nothing. What Fred was saying is that it looks for stuff in your region, which then would be understandable because I don't think that many people have this thing. Have Tekken
the
7
game.
in our region, maybe. And our region, to be clear, is Africa, then Saudi Arabia, and then Europe. In that order?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it tries to match you up with guys initially.
From within Africa.
Yeah, within
And then ending in
geographically
Europe.
closer. Yeah.
Then ending in Europe.
Yeah.
After. Okay, it makes sense.
Yeah. Although I've even tried hosting stuff as well. Like you can host your own tournament, you can host your own
Yes,
lobby,
on the
blah, blah,
lobby,
blah.
on the lobby, like we had tried like the first time.
Yeah, I found no one.
Wait, let me ask. The matchmaking. Does it allow you to matchmake with consoles or is it just PC?
No, there's no cross-platform.
There's no cross-platform.
Yeah, definitely. That was confirmed.
We really begged for that. Like,
If that was a thing, I'm sure it wouldn't
Would have
have been
gotten
an
more guys.
issue. Yeah. But yeah, there's definitely no cross-platform. Yeah, but like if you're playing with if you're playing with friends, it works pretty well. Like there's no lag.
it was amazing just
You
to
had
me
set up a thing.
to see consistent green bars. That was amazing.
Yeah,
As in for me, it was
it was like local.
because I expected
Some
severe lag. Actually, I was waiting for frames to be lost and stuff like that.
Well, to be honest, okay, so let me compare this to Lethal League, right? Because I think that's a fighter-ish
Thing.
game.
Yeah.
And I play that online, and like it's only maybe 2 out of 15 matches will have lag that will make it unplayable. But like the rest, it's really seamless, and that's a very twitchy kind of game. If you've played Lethal
Well,
League.
with Tekken 7, I think going forward we need to test it, especially in the lobby.
Yeah.
Like we should test the full 10 match rounds for everybody, see what holds up and what doesn't.
Yeah.
But it seems, I remember like when playing with Fred, I had 2 instances of lag, like within the same match, but its recovery is pretty quick.
Okay.
Like in terms of the coding, the recovery was good. It's not the sort where, I've got to quit, and then you kind of have to refresh this or something of that nature.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. But the lag is there. You don't crash, not as of yet. So let's hope we can test further. Like I do plan to test a full online lobby with a decent amount of people, get some local peeps, 4-5 people, then just go through 10 matches, see how it stacks up.
Yeah.
But otherwise, what else is good about the game?
The offline everything is great, I think.
Except for the end boss fights.
In arcade, I haven't done arcade. I've mainly done Treasure Battle.
Not arcade. Story. The end boss fights are. Please let us warn you. They're actually a challenge if you're playing on harder difficulties. It's trouble.
Those fights, yeah. Because I remember watching Fred's stream, and he suffered.
Yeah,
but
it's
he
not-
managed.
it's
But he
not-
managed to play.
He was
because-
playing on hardest as well.
but it was still. But you could see that it's quite hard.
Yeah. It's quite cool though.
I had trouble with one late fight where, like 4 times of retrying. And there was no slouch. It was those things of, okay, here's a boss battle and we're going to let their life bar, regenerate. I mean, what blasphemy. No, the story reasons, shit happens. So and I accepted it. I allowed it. But man, was I creamed the first few times.
So yeah, the way they've done the story mode this time is very different. It's not like the other Tekkens where you had that like the beat 'em up thing, which I kind of miss, to be honest.
That mode could be coming back. The Tekken Force.
Yeah, Tekken Force. It was Tekken Forces in Tekken 3. It was something else in.
It could.
But there's always been like a beat 'em up kind of game.
It could arrive. It really could.
Yeah, I'm hoping it does, because I kind of miss it. But like what they have replaced it with is quite cool. It's the treasure thing.
Yeah, the treasure battle mode.
Yeah, which in case you're wondering, because loot boxes are in everything, it's also in Tekken now. With every there's so many customizations now for every character.
Brian look like Skeletor.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like ridiculous.
Huh.
And I think they did that because of the stupid laugh that he does.
Yeah.
So he does look like Skeletor. Yeah.
Okay.
You have the usual, perhaps Asuka with school uniform type vibes.
I've seen King with the whole
Man, I gave Fang a cowboy hat, a leather jacket, like jeans.
Dude, why do you always dress your characters up in weird ways?
No. Oh, so I made.
But that's what.
Fang, like the Chinese armor is like a thing, also a custom. So I have that. I made it pink. I got the pizza. There's like a pizza that you can get on the back. So I have like a giant pizza on now this guy's back with like
and a cowboy.
No. This is so you can have multiple customizations for every character. I think there are like 8 that you can have.
Yeah, even head adornments and the like. But
so you can just go nuts with it. Yeah.
I've unlocked a lot of cowboy hat kind of things that I haven't really used.
Yeah.
Like I have some situations where I dressed up. Well, Lee has the usual violet get up in purple. Yeah. But add a hat and then tuck the shades where you can and then tweak it with some lapel or something. I was trying to make it look, very formal and, very, very, very nice and business-like. But yeah, you can get retarded with your dress up because soon after I went to Law's customization and decided to dress him up in like just a simple shirt with extra makeup because I felt like it. And he looks like a buffed caricature of a human being. It just looks... He looks ridiculous. I mean,
it's about the fashion,
and kickboxing shots as well were added.
It's fun.
I thought I was crazy.
No,
but that's part of the fun. The treasure battle mode, especially, and considering the fact that you can keep ranking up in titles. Like from the first, within the 9th queue till Marauder Warrior, whatnot. By the time you get to the Marauder Warrior stage, that will suffer. Because at that point, you've had to string together 50 straight wins for the biggest win streak bonuses. So you're stringing those along, and then the computer keeps bringing on some serious...
Bob.
Yeah. In Marauder or Warrior mode or Fighter mode, and you're like, shit. Those combos are not cute. They're not funny at all. And last I don't know whether this is true, but do they actually take data from former players
to use them
and then use them in treasure battle and ranking mode?
Yeah.
That still holds true. So yeah, so ostensibly you're playing former humans or ghosts of humans who are actually pretty good. They are not a joke.
So Tekken has ghosts in the shell.
Oh god!
Oh
no!
You can make several characters look like her. Though.
You can?
Yes. There's a micro look you can pull off with Nina. If we can unlock the secret black leather clothes, which I haven't done. It supposedly takes a lot of
How do you find secret unlocks already?
I stumbled on a YouTube thingy, a comment of a comment, and someone told me and was like, I need to go back to work. Those things of, hello?
You must have the black leather.
No, the black leather from the cutscenes. Like the actual get-up.
Yeah.
I want that get-up and I want it today and I can earn it. So I'm going to earn it. No one has told me to pay for it. So, let's try. Okay,
so there are no, just to clarify, there are 0 microtransactions so far. There is, like,
there are a couple of purchasable ones, though.
No, the more you play, the more fight money you get.
Yes.
I think the extra stuff will be like DLC that they'll add on later.
They'll put it in the menu, then I think you should go to the store and just pay for it. But there is nothing really much to speak of. I'm surprised that, that there isn't much fleecing yet. I really am.
No, because, look, if they start fleecing from now, that honestly kills their
it kills their momentum, huh?
Yeah.
And plus, I think they know because that's not what people want.
Yeah.
They've learned the lessons
from Street Fighter.
With the rubbish that 5 pulled off, and all the other.
The one that had a grayed out story mode, mind you, in the beginning, because I played the launch version of Street Fighter 5.
And it's sad because that game was also good. I don't know. I think I have an issue. All the games that I want, or the ones that I like, always have issues.
And pretty serious ones.
Yeah. R.I.P. For Honor. Yeah. Before we get onto that, like, okay, so what else is good about Tekken?
I like what's it called? The interactions that the characters have. Like, it's way, the fights are far more cinematic.
Yes.
Like the fight intros in the middle of the fights when you do the whole region mechanic stuff.
Yeah.
Even in the story mode, when you're playing, those slight cutscenes where you just see like
and the
small slow-mo combos.
And the seamlessness of it all.
Though, I don't like the side character stories, like character episodes, as they're called. I don't like all of those. I think some of those are crap.
I didn't mind them, but it's an implementation. Like I was telling you guys before the show, they should have retained the old Tekken 3 vibe of put those character stories at the end of an arcade session. And for good measure, next time I hope Namco ever hears this, could you please, hide characters, secret characters that you can unlock after certain times in the arcade. Surprise us.
Why? No.
Oh, that's okay.
No.
You guys have one.
No,
dude. I think I'm very old school because I was kind of expecting players as Horang, Kenyans say Horang, players him and unlock back. So little things like that shock me with playing Yoshimitsu. Then I get Kunimitsu at the end of everything.
Or if you play,
or
like that,
it's.
Okay, no,
I hope they implement it.
A case can be made for that.
I hope it gets implemented like further down the line, because I really think there's a subset of the team that's going like, we need to keep it old school a bit, keep some unlocks,
but now
that you can
all the characters there. That's the thing now.
No, it takes time. That's extra. That's extra space on your hard disk.
Yeah,
I'm guessing like if I see a part that's 30 gigs, I'll go like,
there's like
it's.
It'll probably be DLC.
And by the way, before I forget, speaking of the fight money, what I really loved doing personally, because of earning all that money on win sticks, I was having a good run in the beginning.
What are you spending it on? Yeah.
I'm going straight to gallery.
Oh yeah.
And I'm busy watching all the videos, the videos and stuff from Tekken 1 to the pachinko machines to the special enemies, except that I don't have music to listen to. Because that jukebox went to the PlayStation 4. And I'm annoyed. Okay, no, but really, there's really a good case for the fight money, as in all this stuff makes sense.
Yeah, it will keep you...
It's ridiculous.
And honestly, it's way better than the bloody MK crypt bloody bullshit.
They can't even compare. Really.
Like the crypt, you don't know what you're getting. This one, you can say, yes, I want this specifically and get it.
I think I could go there and decide. I started all this back in the day in like 96, I think. And I played Tekken 1. I want to rewatch everything to do with Tekken 1.
Yeah.
In all its glory.
Yep.
in 2017 and be amazed that I accepted it. Anyway, it was an amazing game. And we
basically, if you're a Tekken fan,
no, you'll go.
This is like polished Tekken, like even more polished than it was. You could say
I think it's a big deal. This installment.
The music. This is the best the music has ever been.
You're one of the few actually says that.
Surprisingly,
I agree.
I love the music. This is the best the music has ever been.
Everyone's busy saying that, it doesn't compare with 5. Okay, 5 was classic. But the thing
I think it's way better than 5. 5 had some
that's what I
stupid
wanted
shit.
to ask you guys. If you were to rank all the Tekken, let's say like your top 3.
This is my favorite one. This literally is the best one.
I would put Tekken 7 as the top.
Yeah.
And then number 2 would be Tekken 5. And number 3 is a toss-up between 3 and 2.
For me, it's the order in which I'm still... Yeah, for me, it's like
7,
then 6, then 5, then 3. I haven't played
I actually
4.
remember the only reason I hated 6 was that Azazel was too much of a shocker.
I actually didn't find him difficult.
No, he was a problem because he got me completely out of my comfort zone. That was the only issue. We woke up, yes.
He was really vulnerable with certain things.
Which is what...
And you could just exploit, like, with every character, you have, like, a way of just exploiting that. So, like, you can say the AI for Tekken 6 was a bit dwarfed.
Which is what I didn't like, because you know me. For me, AI is everything in most games. If your AI is shit, I will notice, and I will let you know. Even down to the gameplay flow, so... No, with 6, that's the only mistake they made. But as for this title, in this new age of constantly updating, Namco have a chance to make this game a ridiculous experience, as in one of the best.
Yeah.
Even adding modes, because we're in a patching
Please
era.
fix the matchmaking, is what I'll
The
say.
patch is coming this week for PC, Xbox.
Yeah.
So we will test. We'll be on hand to test that. That's for sure.
Okay. But what are the shit things now about Tekken 7? Like, why shouldn't you? If you're not a Tekken fan, this is not going to change you.
Yeah.
If you've tried Tekken before, like Tekken 5 and 6, if you played those and you didn't like it,
you may not.
You are not going to like this, yeah.
The juggling stuff is still there.
It's different. They've nerfed it a little bit.
Good.
It was a little, like in 6 it was OP.
Oh, yeah.
Here I'm actually learning new juggles, which is really cool actually. Like, yeah, I didn't think those work as juggles, but hey. Yeah.
And bounces.
Actually corners are more deadlier.
Because if you catch a guy, if you're pinned down in a corner.
Yeah. It's not as broken as maybe, again, it's not as, like 6 and 5 had issues with corners and juggling that were just
like
shit.
I remember
they were broken
like
as fuck.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Like I remember in 5, especially 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Like you could juggle a guy like for me that took the competition out of.
Yeah, no, you need to know how to juggle. Yeah. Like you can juggle, but you will need to really work out how.
Because that's the reason why. If I had to pin it down, like that's the reason why I switched to Street Fighter, because there at least you're given a fighting chance.
I feel like
so you'll beat a guy to the dizzy whatever, but up until that point, you can't really pin a guy down and never give them a chance to beat you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like now in Tekken, like in 6, if you're playing as Wow,
I will say that also a downside maybe is like maybe the art style if you're not a fan of it, because all the Tekken guys look like
beautiful.
They are Tekken guys. They look nothing like the Street Fighter guys.
Yeah.
Akuma exception. But you know what I mean? Yeah. Like look at like freaking Cammy. Who like can you imagine Cammy and I can't.
She'd look like Nina.
She'd essentially look like Nina's skin tone.
No, she's too cartoony. Like I don't know, Street Fighter's characters, they're more like
yeah, they're
cartoony.
Yeah, they're cartoony. Yeah.
Which is something that Tekken is not. Yeah. Even though we have Akuma now in Tekken. Yeah.
The art style is much more grounded in reality, especially in this latest installment.
Well, reality.
No, as in it's quotes. Yeah.
When a guy kicks a missile away, we need to cool it in reality.
No. Now, let's not get into missile kicking yet, and much more that we shall not spoil. Because for that,
those moments,
those moments were retarded.
Yeah, but again, if you're not a fan, this is not for you. And also, if you're not a fan, if you're not looking for it online, then don't bother. If you're looking for
don't make the plans to actually buy it.
Yes.
Enjoy it as a borrowed thing or versus whatnot.
Just play it out of your friend's place.
Yeah, but don't.
But how about for somebody who maybe doesn't have that much experience with fighting games?
It's easy. Honestly, Tekken's always been one of those games that anyone can just jump in and play. It's always been. I think that's why Tekken is so popular, because that's everyone just picked it up. Like, they were just introduced and they just chose a freaking panda bear.
Even from the very first, it wasn't like it was a disaster. You could pick it up and just experiment.
Yeah.
And before long,
Eddie,
you had
Christy, everyone would pick Eddie and Christy and Gone.
Oh, don't remind.
Just look, if you choose Gone is not in the game yet, but if you choose Gone and you beat a guy in 1 minute, it's gone in 60 seconds. Sorry.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was our raft of jokes for the show. Oh my gosh. You know what is appalling is how we did not see that coming.
Yeah, you all went real quiet. You gave me an audience.
I wasn't expecting that. I was like,
what?
Because it's come from something serious. But anyway,
my nightmares with Gone. I actually have some real nightmares with
about
that
Gone.
creature. Yeah, it's
Gone was cute, man.
Dude, in matches where people could use him in combo strings.
But look, you had a volleyball match in Tekken 3.
Well, that was dope.
That was the best side mode ever, by the way. It was
Speaking
so
of side modes, Tekken Bowling is coming to Tekken 7. That is confirmed.
Bowling.
You throw yourself down the alley.
I don't know how. I don't know whether it's the same old bowling mode that was there in Tekken 3-ish.
No, there wasn't.
No, Tekken Tag. My apologies, Tekken Tag.
I don't know about that.
You do real bowling.
Actual bowling.
You know,
bring it.
With the characters, you control and do shit. But I found it to be a very boring mode. Because there was a volleyball thing.
The volleyball thing was good.
That was
the harder you hit the ball, the bigger the momentum increases.
And
the harder it hits
and it becomes a fight, and you hit your other character out of the way, like very painfully.
That was a fun mode, yeah.
Although what I want is Tekken Force.
Tekken Force is yeah. So they need to bring that back.
The Streets of Rage like thing. Just imagine Streets of Rage in Tekken co-op. I hope.
Yeah, because was that there in 2 and 1?
No, it was in 3.
It started in 3. Okay.
3 was really the installment where things got fleshed out surprisingly. Like, nobody would have expected that amount of content on a PlayStation 1 disc.
But then, if you're going to go that far back, there was a game back in the day, but made by the same guys. Okay, not the same guys, but it was... Tekken felt like the spiritual successor or side, whatever. There's a game called Tobal Number 1.
Tobal Number 1.
Yeah, Tobal Number 1.
Uh-huh.
It was one of the first... It was one of the first fully 3D fighting ring sort of games.
Yeah.
So they had a mode, like now they had the versus, which was a lot like what Tekken was. Tekken was far more polished than Tobal ever was.
Mm-hmm.
But Tobal had the versus fighting modes, and it also had like that Streets of Rage, but it was more of like an adventure sort of where you pick the character that you're going to use to fight, and then you make your way through traps, fight monsters and other characters in a dungeon sort of. It was more like a dungeon run. They had that about the time Tekken 1 came out.
Oh.
Yeah. Or about the time Tekken 1, between Tekken 1 and 2. Tekken 1, okay. Tobal Number 1 had it, the Number 2 had it as well, which was between 1 and But then once Tekken came in, it blew everyone out of the water. The only guys who managed to stick around were guys who were special. That's MK, Street Fighter, Killer Instinct.
down the line.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
But it's good to see all that history culminating in a pretty good game. Because I was watching all those videos from Tekken 1 and going, man, we've come from very, very far.
Yeah.
And to think all these ran in full-on 60 frames on all the hardware, as in there was no, even back then there was no compromise. And
Then you'd watch that video of Nina waking up in Tekken 3 from that thing 100 times over.
Yes.
We've come a long way. Sure we have.
Yes, we've come an extremely long way. Yeah. It's been.
Yeah. Okay. So also, not all the characters are there, right? Like Anna is missing, Julia is missing. If you have your favorite,
I refuse to believe that Anna and Julia were people's number ones.
I liked Julia.
Yeah, but she wasn't your number one.
Anna was my number one in comparison to Nina.
Yeah, I was compared to Nina.
No, I was the one always choosing Anna.
Yeah, I preferred Anna to Nina as well.
Yeah. So it was, but I'm saying, like, overall characters, she was never. I don't think the guys
in Tekken 3
number one. As in, she's the number one person that I've always played.
I've met
Nina mains, guys who main Nina.
Yeah, but that's why Nina is there. Not Anna.
Yeah, I haven't met people who main Anna.
Man, but they should give us a chance. I mean, I mained June for our entire.
But June was great. June could have been a main. June was a main actually. She's a top tier character.
Also, the old guy. The old guy is mentioned in Tekken, but he's not there.
Which old guy?
I forgot Wang Jinrig. Wang.
Yeah, Wang.
The old guy.
Yeah.
The long beard. That guy.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, that alarm is awesome. Eventually it will stop. Anyways, what else have we been playing besides Tekken?
I spent most of the week playing through Wolfenstein The New Order. And look, the story is just like the old Wolfenstein. You star as BJ Blazkowicz. There we go. I think it's a Polish name. Who's an American soldier fighting in World War II. In this latest iteration, he's trying to take down an eccentric bad guy known as Death's Head. And before long, he falls into a trap. And then ends up waking up in 1960. I don't want to spoil the story because that in between is a very nice, the way they segue into that is just sublime.
But it's in the trailer though.
No. As in the way they explain the story, like how he got all that far forward in 1960.
But now at the end, as in like him when he wakes up.
Yes. Yeah. It's a very, very, the way they get there, that was well done. Now, in this 1960s, there's a bit of some alternate history. The Americans and all the allies failed in the war in World War II. So Germany is now the ruler of the world, or Nazi Germany. Apologies to our German listeners. So Nazi Germany is the ruler of the world, like everywhere. They've conquered the United States, they've taken down China, they've taken down Russia. Now this is history perverted in some ridiculous fashion and made to look so plausible by the developers that it's scary. As in, the developers' Machine Games, they went mad with this one. They actually did a damn good job. Now the game is built on Tech 5, so it kind of has a pace of, say, the latest Doom.
I felt like it was a test bed for
Doom, yeah.
So what you're saying is it's very maze-like and less, and has jump puzzles.
That's just the way, the flow of the action.
The flow of the action is very Doom-like. Yeah. We don't have a lot of puzzles and mazes in the game.
Not so much.
No, not so much.
Jumping puzzles.
Jumping is situational.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not.
It's not everywhere.
It's
but
not everywhere.
situational.
It's situational,
Ah,
and it's not. It's not like
I
Doom
miss your
where
painkiller. I miss you.
it's
so
not
much.
like Doom where, in a sense, correct me if I'm wrong. The levels are not necessarily so open-ended.
Doom is not open-ended.
It's just very fast-paced. But with Wolf, there are certain elements of some what word do I use? Some deliberation at times, because it's frenetic when you're under attack. But in Doom you're going to be sliding about, dual wielding rifles.
That's in
Wolf.
Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be
In Wolf, you can dual wield
everything. But the weight factor, the weight differential will be taken into account. You're not going to be able to sprint very quickly on 2 rifles in your hands. No.
but you can
And it'll be
dual
taken
wield.
down.
But the thing that I liked the most about that was when you have the dual rifles, that's more darker in its best. Because you just whip them out and then you just mow. As in the destructible environment, you just mow guys down.
The coolest thing about Wolf, their pack system, very simplistic but brilliant. Whatever style of play you're pulling off, it will keep a record. So say you're stealth killing 10 people. You have unlocked a stealth pack that allows you now to throw your knife silently, for example. Or if you're using a lot of grenades,
There's
here's
stealth
an increased...
in Wolf.
Because you have to take out certain officers who can call reinforcements. So find them isolated, take them down.
It's a bit more,
There's some open-endedness.
there's some open as to how you can take things down. Doom is just sharpened down to
Kill this thing by shooting it here and then doing
yes.
B.
Yeah. But now Wolf gives it a bit more nuance.
Okay.
And speaking of nuance, that ties into a very tight story.
The story is
I'm still surprised today. No mistake, because we've played the original Wolf, obviously.
Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
Yes, we've done it. We've done it all. We've seen them.
The one with the Black Sun guys, the Wolfenstein for 07 or 06.
No, I did not play any of these except for the original.
So
You did not like the other one.
with this new one,
Cult,
it actually has a mature story. The occult elements, they try to explain them in such an interesting way. It's very, very interesting. It's a level of foreboding that you can feel like if this alternate history were to ever come to pass, half of this shit could possibly be plausible. Given the way they wrote the story. Yeah. And to think that it was a new studio doing this, because I think Machine Games were a new outfit.
It was their first IP.
Yeah.
Yes, and then they pitched it to Bethesda. Bethesda supported it. I think this was a very good outing as a first one. And I'm still not done. It's a game that's even content-wise, I'm projecting, let's say, almost 30 hours maximum. I don't know, I may be reaching. I'm projecting 30 hours maximum on the main game. But it's 30 hours well spent with tight storytelling. There's good dialogue. People are talking. It's not just forced cutscenes. Yeah. The cutscenes are ridiculous. The villains are some of the funniest you will ever see in a shoot 'em up. They're hilarious. Very hilarious. In fact, actually, Hell's Knight will love.
Okay.
You'll like
I'll
it
check it out.
You'll actually like it because of the villains, the pace of the action.
I removed it from my wish list.
No, remember,
and the soundtrack.
remember the disturbing lady?
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember yeah. That's for Hell's Knight right there.
Okay.
That's for you.
Fine, I will re-add it.
Oh, and then one thing that was also very sublime, the collectibles are a lot of fun. I'm still trying to make head or tails of the Enigma system, like collecting Enigma code clues out all the levels to unlock special bonuses. I've not unlocked even one, so I don't know. Special bonuses. Special bonuses that may aid the game. I don't know whether they are new modes or something, but we'll see.
And then there's also, once you finish New Order, there's another added DLC called the Old Blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You might also want to check that out. So there's a lot of content.
Which actually works as a prequel to
Yeah, it's a prequel
New Order.
Well, let's see what they announced.
So expect even more.
Oh wait, today is Bethesda.
Today is
Yes,
Bethesda.
and they were actually teasing.
sorry,
They were actually teasing an announcement for a new
IP.
yeah,
It's a new IP.
and a new
I'm
wolf.
hoping it's. You remember that bounty hunter shit that
The Prey?
Prey was supposed to. I'm really hoping that is
Dude,
what it is.
but if Bethesda tanked all that, would they really just let it?
Well, that was so like
It was
no one
amazing.
saw that and thought this is
That
shit.
sucks. Yeah.
Who said
We
that?
don't want that.
A suited fellow in a boardroom. I mean, that's just the truth.
They
That
care
looked,
about the
that
money.
looked
Yeah.
too good.
No, it
The
was
fact that they
sublime.
gave you
Right.
verticality, as Mike would say,
You're an alien bounty hunter.
if you're an alien bounty hunter, that chase scene was just, if you could do
Sublime.
that
Yeah, in the
in a
game.
game, I would have been satisfied. That's worth the price of admission.
Dude, I was gutted when the new information started coming out about what this game was supposed to be, with the supposed like end twists. I don't know whether there were 2 or 3 that were planned.
Which one? For Wolfenstein?
For
or
Prey, for Prey.
Now, the new Prey, I actually want to play it.
Yeah, it's really well received.
Yeah.
Really well received.
And the reason why I want to play
for me, the new Prey is just what, an enhanced Bioshock.
No, they're calling it Deus Ex.
It's a lot
They're comparing it to Deus Ex mixed with System Shock.
What?
It's more System Shock than Bioshock.
So
Because of basically because of the setting. It's in a spaceship. It's in a space, whatever, what's it called? A space station called Talos 5 or 4, one of those. So you wake up and stuff has gone wrong. And then you're just trying to figure out what happens. That is all System Shock. And I can't wait for the System Shock to come back and show everybody how
it's done.
But it still looks dope. I like the whole mimic system, the fact that it messes with your sense of perspective when it shows you stuff that's when you're in a VR room and you can't tell whether it's an actual place or a VR place. And you break like a shard of the wall. You can break up like a section of the wall and then you see something. This is something that could only be done in video games, not in a movie. Like you could break, there's a room that I saw that inside was being projected a helipad. So from a helipad, you're seeing like miles out into the distance in this metropolis. But then when you're inside and you break the panels, the glass panels that make up the wall, you see the stone and the mechanics behind it. So you can only see, you could see in one pane of glass, you see far into the distance, there's birds, there's trees and buildings. And then the next one, you're seeing a blank wall. So you're like, it messes with the sense of perspective like that. And the game progresses based on stuff like that. What you see might not necessarily be real. That's what they say.
Yeah, Mega 64 did a very good Prey video. You should watch it.
I'll catch it, actually. I didn't know.
But check it out. Even the mimics will just make you happy.
That's a mimic!
Because you could be seeing on a table there's one cup. Then you turn around, do some other stuff. Then there's suddenly 2 cups on the table. And then you're like, wait, what?
Is that a glitch?
And then when you actually get close to it, you see cup, mimic. And then nothing happens for like a second, then the thing attacks you. So you're like, what?
I got attacked by a cup.
Yeah. That thing turned into a spanner when I was watching another guy's playthrough. It turned into like a tool on the ground. So the guy, I saw it it was in a live stream. So I saw it out of the corner of my eye, mimic. He didn't see it. So he passed by, saw it there. Then he went on, did something. Then you get this audio cue, the thing will move. So he heard something happening in the background. So stuff fell off a table. Then he turns around quickly and then he just sees a wisp of black. And then he turns back and then he sees the spanner isn't on the ground anymore. It's on the table. What? So he goes back, he looks at the table, computer, mimic, this. It's like, wait, what? And he's attacked. So, yeah.
I may have to
Yeah,
try it out.
that sounds really fun.
I could, if the price is right, I could.
That one I'll
soon.
wait for.
It'll drop soon.
What have you been playing, Susan?
I played, I went back to Heavy Rain.
Interesting.
Which is fun to play with someone else.
How can you play it together?
No. someone else plays, because if you've already experienced it, let someone else play and just watch them play.
Or you made a decision. Is that like a decision tree that changes the story for that?
Yeah, like, for example, just like with the intro of Heavy Rain, where you're just in the house, there was like a bunch of things that I didn't bother exploring or giving a shit about. Whereas this, I was watching my friend play, and she basically played it completely differently. So she found this thing that I never even noticed before. So, yeah, it added quite a bit. And even some of the dialogue, I don't remember it going that way. Like you have, for example, like when you're like preparing food for everyone at the table, and one of your kids is not at the table, and you go look for him. In her playthrough, the kid was looking at a bird that was dead in a cage, and you say something profound. I never found the kid when I was playing, so the kid just ended up there, and I never got that conversation. So it's different. It's pretty different. Yeah. So Heavy Rain is more of a movie
than
a game. Although it's more of a game than a Telltale game.
I would call those type of games by Quantic Dream enhanced visual novels with more parts.
I would say this has a bit more, like, the stuff that you have to do is tricky. Like, it will be like hold triangle, and then at the same time keep holding it while your controller vibrates in this tense situation, and then press, without letting go of triangle, press X.
What?
And then press square. Don't you dare let go. You see, and that becomes a game. Telltale does not do anything like that.
No,
So,
they don't. They
yeah,
don't.
and that becomes very gamey compared to those ones. So yeah, I'd suggest you try it out because if you have it, let someone else play it. Yeah,
I'll need to borrow a console for that.
I'm thinking of purchasing a second-hand PS3 and then going like on
through
a
the
binge,
backlog.
like going through a binge of, those specific exclusives like Heavy Rain that may never
They will
never hit any other platform.
Heavy Rain, yeah, I don't think you can experience that outside, because like they've really integrated the controller really well in that game.
So it was those sort of games that were built for that platform to the maximum.
50-50. Because did you guys play Fahrenheit?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what
Fahrenheit.
You have done the PC one.
Yeah. Because like Fahrenheit on PC, if you have a gamepad, you get the same experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or maybe
I was lucky enough to pull it off, actually.
with Heavy Rain. Maybe they will do it. Detroit, maybe they'll show it.
Speaking of, can't you use the D-input system interface for Fahrenheit, like using a normal PS4 pad, while still retaining the buttons?
I don't use PS4 pads. I still use
I'll experiment. Let me see.
Okay. The other game I've played a bit of, is Monaco, which is a co-op game. You can play it alone, but I mean, it's meant for co-op. And it's really silly. Like, if you're looking for a proper co-op game, where it's like, teamwork is key, that's one to check out. It's basically a heist game, sort of like top-down. Little like Hotline Miami-ish, but without the weird nauseating effects.
What nauseating effects?
What do you mean?
Hotline Miami have this grainy, weird, wavy.
Oh yeah, the
thing
background
going on.
moved independent of the game.
Yeah, so this doesn't have that. This is very clean. And it's not really action, it's heist.
Yeah.
And it's stealth. You have like a bunch of different types of characters, and whoever is playing can play as any one of those. And every one of those guys has like a sort of passive or an active. They have something different. So for example, like the cleaner is a guy who knocks people out when they aren't looking. But the way you knock them out is when they're not looking, you run up behind them and you just kind of walk over them and they get knocked out. Yeah.
He's called the cleaner.
He's called the cleaner.
I'm liking.
There's someone called the lookout who basically, when there are enemies in the next room, you get like red indicators showing them moving around and stuff. There's a character called the mole who can kind of dig holes and like extra tunnels to go around and in and out of stuff we get later on.
So you make extra routes to your
exactly.
objective.
Yeah. And then there's like there's a lock picker who can, I guess, pick locks faster. Because so anyone can pick locks, but like the way it works is you also have gear that you pick up in every level. And to use the gear it's just like R1 or whatever. But like if you pick up a gun, for example, if you use it, it will make noise and alert everyone, so you need to hide and blah blah blah. But the way it works is like with your direction controls, you'll like, for example, go up to a bush and you hold down the control that's facing your character to the bush, and you get like an indicator with a round thing that fills up, and once it fills up, you actually get in the bush. So it's got like weird stuff like that going on.
So quick contextual.
So it's all contextual in terms of your movement. So it's really interesting.
I have to try this.
And the reason it's such a good co-op game is like let's say you go and you keep getting killed over and over again. That the person you're playing with cannot finish the level unless you make it to the exit as well. Everyone has to make it to the exit in order to complete the level.
So you can't just, so long as this guy...
There's no leaving anyone behind, yeah.
That's cool.
And that also becomes a strategy where if like one guy starts a ruckus, he might die. So, but he can attract like a bunch of guards to him and run around the place, and the other guy can maybe do something sneaky in the meantime. So it becomes like a strategy as well. It's pretty cool if you have it. It's very cheap. I've seen it very, very cheap.
Is it available on both GOG and Steam?
I don't know about GOG, but I've seen it on Steam. You might as well get it on Steam. I know a lot of people have it on Steam.
No, that doesn't matter now because they will both connect anyway. I think.
No, not all games connect via Steam and GOG. Like Grim Dawn, for example. If you have Grim Dawn, you can.
It'll come. Don't worry. Nowadays, I'm very hopeful because the initiative is there. So I don't, that fear of buy on one and not the other. What platform? It doesn't bother me so much. Okay. It's down to the publishers at this point now. If they want more support, they'll think about it. I mean, Bethesda is on GOG. Come on.
Yeah,
surprisingly,
Bethesda is on GOG.
As in, really, it's.
They started with those old titles, and now they're like updating it slowly.
To find Fallout on
to find
GOG,
Oblivion on GOG.
That's ridiculous. At a slashed price, shamelessly saying, "Oh, here it's on sale." Stop right there. And at least you're not paying separately for the horse DLC. Horse armor DLC.
That's where DLC starts.
Yes, yeah. I'll never forget. Never forget.
Never forgive.
Yeah. I actually also never forgive.
Anyways,
damn Bethesda.
But that's about all I've been playing. What about you guys? Is that it?
Yeah, we are done. I think with just a quick word. So E3 2017 is on. Look, we won't waste a lot of your time by telling you all the titles that were on there. All you need to know is that FIFA and Madden were shown off.
For EA, yeah.
Basically,
updated
so
roster.
far, what
and
I've
updated
seen,
story. Yay! Now Madden has a story as well.
At least it's
copying
not
a 2K game anyway.
as shit as last year, is what I'll say.
Yes.
They're not having
We'll allow that.
Those awkward celebs coming on stage and being like...
No, they actually, they literally killed that quite a bit, because if a celeb is showing up, it's a quick video message a lot of the time, or it's a video promotion on stage, not wasting time by having them walk in. I think only one showed up. I leave that surprise for you to enjoy if you haven't gotten there. It was a good showing. She did good. That one I'll accept it. As for showing off more of their games, I think publishers are a bit terrified of consumers now, because they're showing more gameplay without wasting a lot of time. Before we used to get like...
You used to get a teaser, then a trailer, then another trailer.
And then a CG trailer within the conference. But this time, man, I was...
Hi.
So publishers actually, are quite terrified of consumers. And, they have to actually show off real gameplay, like what I saw with the new NFS, is it?
Payback.
Yes.
Payback, huh?
Basically, Fast and the Furious, the game. of the movie.
Which is every single.
This one even more so. Because you see
But I like the new direction. I'm one of the few people who actually enjoyed the other funny game known as Iran.
I haven't played that.
I know Hillary is going to kill me, but seriously, it's payback as a quick thrill for a short amount of hours after having obtained it on a sale. Let's not kid ourselves. I'll enjoy it. And I like the fact that they showed real gameplay. Like, okay, most probably you're running off a PS4 or something, and you showed off the game, and give me an idea of, how things flow, gameplay flow and whatnot in a certain example, how you keep switching characters. Well, not by own decision, of course. You have to use cutscenes and the like in the midst of everything. Because the flow is it's the same old, but I think in a bigger setting, in a bigger playbox. I don't know, but we'll see.
For me,
I
don't know. I looked at it and I was like, "This is fast. 5, 6, 7." I don't mind.
It definitely is.
Yeah, I don't mind that it looks like Fast and the Furious. My question is, NFS has been okay. I'm those guys.
What is NFS now?
I liked NFS 1. I mean, I liked not 1, but I liked 3. Underground 2.
Yeah, those were
Most Wanted, like those ones.
I didn't do that one.
Yeah, those are the ones that I wish they could come back to. I don't know whether they'll have the same sort of car customization that this one has. Will it have the same race, culture?
It does have.
It looks like a heist game.
It looks like the movies.
Yeah, it looks like the movies, and I get why they're doing it, because the movies have made all of the money, and they want guys to just like instead of like whatever studio it is putting down money to make here's Fast and Furious the game of the movie. It's easier just to make the new NFS look like Fast and Furious. But
Exactly.
I don't know. I keep on feeling like they're losing something of what made them popular by going into this.
Yeah,
but you'd have to think of it. You'd have to think of it like this, huh?
Right.
NFS would they may need this reinvention because everyone else is doing racing better than
everyone wants underground.
Like
everyone
if they went back
wants
and did
underground,
the most wanted type sort of thing.
Like who says
No one has car chases anymore. Outside of GTA, we don't get car chases.
Well, no, I mean NFS does car chases.
Yeah, but that's
become what it is.
Yeah, that's that's the logical conclusion of taking it to the car races. Like if they made it back about the racing culture again, the customization,
the underground scene, the drifting, kind of the style.
But they just did it with the previous one.
No,
the reboot of the reboot. Well, that's what they were.
The most wanted.
No, it's the same cop chase stuff.
That was just the cop chase stuff. It wasn't the Underground 2 race, underground culture.
No, nothing.
It was like that one was more about like you see, remember back in those days. Everybody started out with a shit car. By NFS standards.
I played Underground 2 for sure.
By NFS standards, you started out with a shit car, hooked it the hell up, and drove it. But you never sold your starter car because of all the stuff that you went through. In these ones, it's a race to who's gonna get the Bugatti, who's gonna get the Honda. Or in this case, who's going to heist off the Bugatti because of a story, and then exactly. It's not about the racing anymore. It's about the racing, but it's very different. No, we were actually told it's not necessarily about the racing. We were told that a lot of it is just
more about the action.
Yeah, it's more of the action and the flash. Not so much. Because I miss Grid. Remember, like you see, nobody doesn't they can't compare themselves with like the guys for Race Driver Grid. Grid is way more serious than NFS. So there's a way in which that it's more of a racing sim than a racer. Mm. But in Grid, you don't do any of that car customization. You do like the aerodynamics and all that other stuff, like your camber, your toe, all that other stuff. But you wouldn't say like, I want this car, I'm going to paint it bright lime green with yellow rims and stickers on the side. Mine was a glossy.
Which is what Need for Speed should be.
Because you see, like it changed. The old NFS is like Porsche Challenge and all that. Yeah. They stopped those because GT was outdoing them. Yes. even though they had the license for Porsche, GT beat them in everything else. They had the licenses for everything else. So it made no sense for them to keep doing that if GT kept on beating them. Hence, Underground.
Man, but they put up a good fight though.
Underground.
They're doing still well. They're still doing well. This game will sell just by virtue of it looking like the movie, it'll sell.
Yeah, they're selling that fantasy, basically.
Yeah. So it'll be fine.
Do you want to be Vin Diesel? Well, you can now.
So that's the question now.
And you can steal cars and safes and people, and you'll play as 3 different characters.
Look how this truck blows up to reveal a Lamborghini driven by Babe A.
Yeah, but now you see, my problem with that is the story will be the same. Like, what's the one Carbon? Of all my friends, I think I'm the only one who liked Carbon.
I liked it initially because it was weird, but I never actually got to play through the whole thing. It was I had it on PS. You had like different roles for your racers, and you had to race in a crew. It looked really cool, and it was night, and it had an underground sense of customization.
Yeah. And it also added the canyon races at the end. Or not at the end, but it added canyon races. So basically, the drift races like from Initial D.
They're not serious.
They're not drift races, but they're races. So you're doing it on a canyon. Whoever stays ahead the longest wins. So like if you'll do 2 runs. So the first one, let's say like you're the guy who's following. So if you're following, the closer you are, the more points you get. If you overtake and you stay ahead for 10 seconds, you win. If you're the one who's ahead, same rules apply, but the longer, if you pull away, the further you pull away from the other guy, the more points you get. Mm-hmm. And if they are unable to, if they either crash out or if they're unable to catch up, let's say you pull away too far, they can't catch up to you, you automatically win. If you pull away for 10 seconds, you win.
Yeah.
So that added a different, dynamic to the game. Because you could play with a tuner car. Everybody wanted to race with the GTR and all that rubbish. But then now you had your canyon car. You knew, depending on who you're racing against, what you need. So you'd set up your car differently, or you'd have different cars set up for different things. Mm-hmm. So for me, I love muscle cars. Even though I've never owned one, probably never I've never driven one. But in the game, that's what I played as. So in the canyon races, I had this Dodge Challenger that was just hooked up for sick acceleration. So in the boss fight, this guy was driving an Audi R10. R8, sorry, at the time. He didn't have a 10 then. Mm-hmm. So the guy was driving this R8. And in the street races, the guy has kicked my ass, but I beat him towards the end because that was the teammate thing. But then when it came to the canyon race, and I knew in the canyon race, this guy is not going to get me because I can out-accelerate this guy anywhere. Mm-hmm. In the two rounds. So in the first round where I'm following. No, I was chasing. So I'm leading. Mm-hmm. So when I was leading, the race starts. So the race starts with you ahead and the guy coming up behind you. We got to the first corner. I powered out of the first corner. The guy couldn't see me. I bounced and he never saw me again. So I won after 10 seconds. In the second race, now when I'm following, I just turned left and I hit the gas. And I out-accelerated him, passed him, stayed ahead for 10 seconds and won again. So for me, the stress was all in the street race. When it came to the canyon, I knew I had this guy beat. And the new NFSs, you don't get stuff like that. You don't have stories like that you can tell guys. That's not my fear for what
you're stuck. You're stuck with one car that's.
It's all going to be who has the fastest car, who can drive. As in, it's okay, not the fastest car. It's still a thing for who has the better car, who's the better driver. But overall, what's the story behind the car? Why is it this way? Why did you hook this car up in this specific way? Can you do that in any case? Those are the issues. So yeah, that's just my fear of what NFS is versus, I don't know. I keep on wishing that they just go back to that.
Everyone wants underground.
Yeah.
What is wrong? We are listening to your feedback. We want underground.
And it never
so
comes.
We are giving you Fast and the Furious. We want underground. Here, look at these explosions. I want underground. We want underground.
They give us Pro Street.
I want to put.
No one wanted Pro Street.
Pro Street was actually decent though.
No.
I liked it.
But Pro Street was
Pro Street kind of had underground-ish elements.
Yeah, but it was essentially restoring the grid. So what was the point if you had
Exactly.
I didn't.
When
I never.
Codemasters- when
I'll be honest
Codemasters
with you.
already
When I
still-
played Pro Street, I had never heard of grid.
Okay.
Now, whatever you liked in Pro Street, you like the customization.
Basically, the reason why I'd never finished Pro Street was there was a weird saving glitch where my progress would never get saved, and I'd need to start again from the start every single time I wanted to play.
Until you hit a certain point.
No.
Yeah, point inside you where you accepted that you're never going to play this game
Yes,
again.
exactly. Yes, exactly. Yep, that's it. Yeah.
No, but I hated Pro Street because for me the pinnacle was always Underground 2.
Okay. I might sound
Although I
like
played
a
most
real
ones.
jackass, right? But you know, in Underground, the way you have those really hot girls who would like
Flag you off.
flag you off,
Yeah.
they brought them back in Pro Street. So it was hard to not like Pro Street.
To each their own.
We have our priorities.
It's fine.
He likes the race girls.
I do.
I actually liked the customization from back in the day. I think I had was it a small 206 hatchback that became such a
Sure,
beast.
yeah, that's totally what we meant.
No. That little thing was such a beast for months on end, like in Underground 2. Like
Do
Hillary
you
said, you
remember in
could
Underground
never
2,
let go.
they even let you like take like shots of your car?
Yeah,
Yeah,
magazine
like appearing on
covers.
magazines and stuff with like Brooke Burke and all these hot models at the time. Yeah. That's the like
Yeah, you
we want that back.
Yes, he gives CJ model.
Yes, give me models.
So today in E3 is
Bethesda and
Microsoft.
And Microsoft.
Yeah.
During which I'm hoping that Microsoft shows stuff from other devs, like real gameplay.
Well, they'll probably talk about the Scorpio.
No, I don't care about that really. What I want to honestly see this time round is,
Actual
games.
games.
Microsoft going, this game will hit our platform, as soon as possible, show us gameplay. Give us, especially a lot of multi-plat, because whatever is on PC...
Microsoft are in trouble.
So they have to
show something good.
Consistently. I'm expecting nothing less than straight up 3-4 games, new gameplay, and we are told, this is an alpha build or beta build. This is...
I'm really curious,
fresh.
are they even going to bother announcing PC stuff? Because Windows
No, it's you see...
UWP is doing
you see
so
now,
well.
No, you see, it's essentially one and the same. If a game is hitting UWP, no one is going to, hardly
Buy it.
anyone is going to buy it,
Yeah.
and so it'll have to come to Steam, and everything will be
See,
as normal.
the best the best Microsoft games that came out
to Steam.
No, that came out generally was Gears of War and nothing else.
Quantum Break doesn't even
Quantum
look
Break
out.
didn't do well.
What's this?
Recore didn't do well.
Is there a chance they would release a new Halo?
No, they confirmed saying that they're not.
You see, that's the
mentioning.
thing. That's
And
a kind of
every-
thing that they need to tell us.
There was a
today.
discussion actually. Every single E3 they announced something related to Halo, and over time, less and less people have given a shit.
Precisely.
So it's like Half-Life 3 at this point.
No one really
except
cares.
today.
Half-Life 3, everyone cares.
No, actually.
No one gives a shit about
It's true.
Half-Life anymore.
Really?
Yeah,
Fair enough.
especially after Steam all this time. Screw
Pray
it. yeah.
again.
No, but in this case, in Microsoft's case, if someone has made a plan and decided, you know what, here are your full remasters, have your whole Halo on PC, whatnot, cross-play because you already have the infrastructure, people will listen. Something simple.
The Halo.
Something
Don't
simple
do
like
stupid
that.
things. How is that?
True.
How hard is that? Microsoft? Don't do anything stupid.
No. But with the Halo thing, if we're talking about pushing for Halo so hard, that's the one thing. If they're serious at all,
They're not talking about it this time.
no. I'm just saying, if they're serious at all the Halos on PC, don't waste time. Multiplayer, yes. PCs and Xboxes will talk to each other. Fine, it's all good. Here you go, a Halo box. No, just Halo games, nothing.
Yeah, Halo, like the orange box. But
Yes,
for Halo.
in full. You know, some good options for purchasing, discounts here
With
and
the
there.
movie.
Dude, if I was an exec,
Yes, with the movies.
don't waste my time. Put everything. I'm telling you,
No,
like,
but I don't know. That will go straight to Bungie, though. How will it help Microsoft?
Sell it off Microsoft.
No one will buy it if it's on that. For sure.
No, but they sell you Steam keys for it. So they don't have to care about support and all that
I
stuff.
have no
one
idea
buy
what they're
button,
gonna
one
do.
buy button.
One by button,
for-
all the
for
money goes to
UWP.
Microsoft.
Yep.
They split it by them and Bungie.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's all played off Steam.
Wow.
No, dude.
Let's see what they do. I'm really curious because they will talk about the Scorpio.
Yes.
In terms of exclusives, they might have a few, but like, who cares anymore?
I think there's some Japanese work, possibly Mist Walker something. I'm not too sure, but I don't care.
Daywalker.
But now Bethesda, they said they're coming up with a new IP, right?
Yeah.
Some supposed Fallout in space.
Well, I heard that.
No, that was us. That was us just
Wait, no.
wishing.
Wait, that was us.
That was
wishing
us
that.
wishing. Yeah, that was us wishing.
we you know, but someone
Like,
else.
if they made that bounty hunter game with Fallout-ish mechanics
In space.
in space,
Okay.
that would be
That
it.
makes sense.
That would be awesome.
With one ground planet.
Just for.
It would be No
And then
Man's
they let you
Sky.
build the space station as like a house, like in Sky.
Yeah. And you could have like a flying mechanic.
Dude, let's
You could
not
fly your ship, like
let's not
what No
hope
Man's
for
Sky should have been.
let's not hope for too
And then
much.
they give you shouts, like in Sky.
And then they give you everything like in Skyrim. And then you,
They basically just
You
they
have,
just make
um,
Skyrim like
bro, no, what is this guy's name? Ulfric is a cameo.
By the way, if they give us Skyrim cameos in all their games, okay, like they had like Fallout.
He was there in
characters.
Doom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, no, was he?
Yeah, Dovahking is there in Doom. I was
For
like,
real?
yeah, there's like the helmet, the dude with the helmet.
Where?
He's like, ask Mike. Mike found it.
I did not see this.
In Doom, he's somewhere there.
Start again.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so well, I think today we're going to have hopefully two decent conferences now that the
Yeah.
proper is starting.
Let's see.
Let's hope for the best. I think they'll step up.
Yeah.
Especially Bethesda.
I have more faith in Bethesda.
Yes. Yeah.
Hopefully, I know it's not gonna
Todd
come,
Howard's
but
gonna
I'm waiting
lie.
for 6. I was going to say.
He's gonna
Hey, dude,
smack-
it's
no,
not come.
they're not.
If-
They're
if
not
it-
talking about it.
They're not.
Because the Morrowind expansion for ESO is coming up. Okay, not coming up, it's here. But
So no one's going to even drop anything to do with
not
6.
for 2 years.
Okay.
Not for 2 years. No, okay, that's in my because like now if they're doing the Morrowind expansion to ESO now, they want to push. I'm expecting another expansion about this time next year. Then next year we'll get an announcement.
No, next year we'll get Elder Scrolls Online 2.
No.
I hope not.
No.
I really hope not.
It's not mature enough to start hitting it. Like a full no.
It's huge though. Like
It is.
It's huge.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And it's essentially Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim.
In
Just
one.
that, yeah, in one. But now with the Morrowind expansion, it's essentially Morrowind and Oblivion.
Yeah.
Or else maybe they'll add.
I'm getting tempted to revisit these regions. How do they look like now?
They're dope. Better graphics than before. Much better graphics.
Anyways,
Yeah.
should we end it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're
Seems
good
like a
for the
place
week.
to start.
Okay, well, that's it.
Yep.
I'm giving away games on my Twitter because it seems like more people want them on my Twitter. So, add me. I am Hell's Knight. I don't know why I'm waving because this is an audio podcast, but add
I
me.
can totally see you.
Yeah. And like our Facebook page at facebook.com/pwnage254.
I have been Ted.
I'm Hillary. I'm also on Twitter, by the way. You'll probably see me on Super.
I'm yet to join it. I suppose
Hila
I should.
2K.
Yeah, Hillary.
Yeah. Happy gaming.
Happy game.
By the way, the new NBA trailer looks really cool.
Creative.
Yeah. Like they look
That's
like
the
they're
one.